Nu er det jul igen, og nu er det jul igen, og gaming var de næste 24 minutter. For i den her uge har vi taget en kort gennemgang af det kommende strategispil Napoleon Total War. Vi har også fået tjekket, om The Force er med os, da vi skulle se nærmere på det kommende Star Wars The Old Republic. Og så har vi været en tur i London og snakket med sangerinden Paloma Faith om det at være social på Facebook på sin Xbox 360. Vi har også været en smut i Finland, ikke for at se brandstyre, men for at snakke med Ratchet fra det nye Ratchet & Clank. Og som altid krydder vi hele muligheden med de fedeste trailers for blandt andet Batman Arkham Asylum 2, Red Dead Redemption, Medal of Honor og Mass Effect 2. Da Napoleon var til, var der episke landkampe og store søslag. Der var politisk uro og kæmpe revolutioner. En ære, som kun defineres af en legendarisk general, nemlig Napoleon. I Napoleon Total War fører man den store general gennem 3 episke kampagner. Alt er realistisk i ånden fra Napoleon Bonaparte. Du følger ham gennem hans invasion af Italien til hans skæbnesvanger indmarch i Moskva. Vi glæder os også til at spille utrolige realistiske slag, som Total War-serien er kendt for. Det er blandt andet til vands i Trafalgar, men også til lands i Waterloo. Napoleon følger vi ind i Italien, hvor han kæmper mod de invaderende østrigske styrker. Det er første gang, man ser Napoleons nye strategi om store kanonslag virke til fuld effekt. Ja, mange siger faktisk en dag i dag, at det ændrer hele den måde, krig bliver udkæmpet på. Derefter indtager han Egypten for at blokere den britiske handel. Men det får man ikke mange venner i Mellemøsten af at gøre, så derfor bliver han overfaldet af alle Mellemøstens store styrker. Men englænderne lader sig ikke skræmme så let, specielt ikke når der står egyptisk rigdom på spil, som er ekstremt lukrativt for englænderne, så de sender den enorme engelske flåde imod dem. I 1804 bliver Napoleon så endelig kronet som kejser af Frankrig. England, Rusland og Østrig former en koalition for at stoppe de marcherende franskmænd. Det tvinger Napoleon til at komme på krigsstien igen og til at invadere hele Europa, så han marcherer mod Moskva. Kan du sejre der, hvor Napoleon faldt? Det er op til dig i Napoleon Total War, som udkommer til PC næste år.
Sneak peek.
Mor, jeg elsker dig.
Okay. Tak.
Hej alle sammen. Jeg står her i det ydre rum selvfølgelig, fordi at vi skal se mere på Star Wars The Old Republic. Og jeg... What?
No business. Not
I
supposed to be
can't
here.
be here?
No, not supposed to be here.
Ja, jeg ved ikke, hvad der sker. Vi skal ud og finde James nu. Hej. Jeg blev ikke dræbt af Stormtrooperen lige før. Han var rigtig, rigtig sød ved mig. Til gengæld sidder James her. Han var måske med til at beskytte mig før. Ingen ved, om han havde fingre med i spillet. Lad os prøve at tale lidt om det nye Star Wars-spil. So James, what is so extremely awesome about the new Star Wars The Old Republic game?
Well, the one thing we're bringing in Star Wars: The Old Republic that's different from every other massively multiplayer game before it is we're bringing storytelling, which is what we like to define it as the fourth pillar of role-playing games. You know, you have combat, and you have exploration, and you have progression. You also have story. It's always been a part of role-playing games before, but it's really been not a major focus of other MMOs. So in Star Wars: The Old Republic, we have full voiceover storytelling, full voiceover for the player character, for the NPCs, very similar to what you see in Mass Effect, with very cinematic scenes where you get to choose, how a story progresses, what your character does, and those choices make an immediate impact on, your character's story and also future impacts. You have companion characters that adventure around with you that you can, romance, betray, or just, form a friendship with. It's very... We feel Star Wars, the universe is, and the IP is a very focused on story. It's very important to it. Also, what's important to Star Wars, because it's called Star Wars, is the action and the war. And so combat's a big part of our game as well. It's something we felt most MMOs have slower paced combat, where you run up to an enemy and you smack them around for about 30 seconds, and there isn't really much interaction. In Star Wars: The Old Republic, we made sure that the combat's a lot more, it's faster paced, there's more interaction, like your lightsaber will actually clash with an enemy's lightsaber, you'll deflect like a blaster bolts back at them, or if you're a trooper or a smuggler who's using a blaster, you can do things like take cover behind like buildings or crates or whichever in the game environment, and it feels very much like a firefight from the movies. So we've spent a lot of time and energy trying to make sure that the combat in our game is evocative of the Star Wars movies.
So probably the whole Star Wars fan base is probably one of the most hardcore fan bases in the world. How important is it for you to include them or seek their guidance in some way?
Well, I think the thing about Star Wars is it's an IP that's pretty easy to understand. So, all of us at BioWare, like most of us at BioWare, are giant Star Wars fans. And so we really understand what Star Wars is about and what our fans want to see. So I don't think we're going to disappoint them. I think on Star Wars: The Old Republic, I think we proved that we know what Star Wars is about and how to really scratch that, the Star Wars itch. And we're going to be doing more of that on Star Wars: The Old Republic. We do listen to, obviously, community is a huge part of the success of BioWare as a whole, so we always look at the boards and what people are saying and make sure we see how they react to announcements we've made and what we're talking about. And we're always, once we go live, obviously the community is going to even be more powerful than it has on previous games because we have to react to what the community is saying about the game.
So, okay, when you're at home and you're thinking, man, I would like to live in the Star Wars universe, which character would you like to be? If you could choose freely, would you be a Jedi?
Actually, to tell you the truth, as a kid, I always wanted to have my own Millennium Falcon and fly around the universe and go wherever I wanted. I think that was actually, I identified more with Han Solo because of the freedom of exploring this vast and really interesting galaxy and going to places that you've never seen before, and just having your own starship. That was really cool. Being a Jedi obviously is cool in itself. Luke Skywalker was pretty awesome, but I really think it'd be Han Solo.
So you wouldn't mind trying to hurt people with a lightsaber? That would be so sick.
Well, yeah, actually, so in Star Wars: The Old Republic, if I was playing the game, I'd probably pick a smuggler character first, but then I'd probably go with the Sith Warrior, mainly because, my favorite of the Star Wars movies was Empire Strikes Back, and that was really the Darth Vader movie, and I love Darth Vader. He's just such a cool character. One of my favorite fight sequence from the movies was the lightsaber Luke Skywalker duel from Empire. I think it was mainly because Darth Vader actually won. The villain won, and that was so shocking to me as a kid. So, yeah, I'd probably go with Han Solo first, and then I'd go with the Sith Warrior because the Sith Warrior is very evocative of the Darth Vader archetype.
So, pretty insane day, huh?
Yeah, it's been quite busy.
Yeah.
Upholding the law.
I know. I need to ask you these questions. I've seen all your movies and stuff, right? And it's they never really show. Do you use your powers on women to get them home when you're out chilling with the guys and Chewie and stuff? And Chewie, let me show you this. You Jedi power women?
Well, it's not really the Jedi way, but it has been done a few times.
Oh, I knew it. I just knew it. So it's just sometimes haha, I can show you I have the biggest sword at home to make cliche stuff.
Yeah. Come see my lightsaber.
Oh, that is a good one. So who gets the most women? Is it Chewie or you? Because Chewie has fur all over and he's really friendly.
Well, Chewie would get the most women.
Seriously?
Yeah, if we don't use the Jedi mind tricks.
Oh, so you use that on Chewie to mess him up, and then you use it on women to get them.
Occasionally it has been done, yeah.
That is pretty sick. I want Jedi powers.
But not everyone can be chosen for Jedi powers. Yeah. Depends on your
You could use
midichlorian
me?
counts.
Could you use me? Am I like, I don't know, am I too fat or big or
It depends on your midichlorian count.
on what?
Midichlorian counts. Is it
How
how
big
strong
am
the
I?
force is within you?
Can you see that? Like from, do I have to do anything? Like stand strong? No?
No, you can sense some of it, but most of it is done by a blood test.
Wow. Should we go get that blood test?
You can, yeah. Come to the Jedi Temple, we'll test you.
Yeah, sweet. You got a ride?
Yep. Speed
it.
outside.
Okay, nu har jeg fået det der tal, ikke? Og jeg ved ikke, nu skal vi se, om det virker. Måske virker det. Nu er hun ude og hente vores tasker, ikke? Men nu prøver jeg det seriøst. Han lærer mig lidt af det. Nu må vi se, om det virker. Oh, hello. Thank you. Du vil gerne med mig hjem.
Huh?
Du
What
vil,
are you doing with your hand?
du vil gerne med mig hjem.
I don't understand, sorry. What language is that?
Det virker ikke, okay? Det virker ikke. Nu gider jeg ikke mere. Vi ses, nu går jeg.
Det du ser her er genfødselen af Medal of Honor-serien, som kommer fra EA. 2010-versionen af Medal of Honor bliver helt ny på mange måder. For det første vil spillet indgå i nutidens konfliktramte Afghanistan, hvor spilleren hopper i støvlerne på en række elitesoldater fra den amerikanske hær. For det andet så har folkene fra Electronic Arts fået folkene bag DreamWorks og Westwood, som nu hedder EA Los Angeles og EA DICE, til at arbejde sammen, altså folkene bag Battlefield-serien. Så det bliver en sprængfarlig kombination. De næste par minutter skal vi høre, hvad producenten bag det kommende Red Dead Redemption fortæller om muligheder i det nye spil.
One of the goals when designing the game was to create a seamless blend of action and discovery, where things can happen unexpectedly at any time. In order to make the game's rural setting work, the artists and designers needed to build an environment that looks organic and believable and teems with life, to ensure the player is presented with ever-changing opportunities for things to do and interact with, should they choose. The world of Red Dead Redemption encompasses a massive territory with 3 unique regions, each made up of towns and outposts populated by hundreds of unique characters, with their own personality characteristics and accents.
I never stole nothing, sir. Never did, not in all my life. And eats the man, partner. And eats it.
It is the story of partially reformed outlaw John Marston, on the trail tracking down the remaining members of his former gang. After a period searching in the U.S., he ventures south of the border into a volatile region of Mexico named Nuevo Paraiso, a dusty border area, the kind of place revolutions ferment. Careful attention was paid to the physics, from the muscles and movements of the horses, to the proprietary technology used for synthesizing animations on the fly. The world is full of items, treasures, and weapons, with a thriving economy. Merchants will buy and sell. Treasure maps acquired days earlier will point you to unique geographic features. Sheriffs will post bounties, and you can ride out and track down outlaws. Besides getting a reward for helping, every action will affect John's honor and how he interacts with other characters. Your honor can quickly go up or down depending on how you choose to behave, rescuing travelers from bandits, capturing escaped prisoners. Choosing to take a criminal alive rather than killing them will increase your honor. But you're also free to take the dishonorable side in any dispute. Kill the prisoners, help the bandits, steal some horses, and your honor will plummet. But you might get a good deal wealthier in the process.
Den her introduktion kan ses i fuld længde inde på Pixel.tv. Spillet forventes at komme til PlayStation 3 og til Xbox 360 i april måned i 2010.
Så sidder vi her i et meget sødt lille omklædningsrum. Vi sidder i England. Ved siden af mig sidder Paloma Faith. En utrolig stor stjerne her i England. Måske bliver hun det snart i Danmark også. Hello, Paloma. Hello. So how has it been here at such a social networking event as this one?
It's great. I'm really pleased to be here. I love social networking. I'm on Twitter and Facebook and Last.fm. I'm sorry I don't speak Danish.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. How can you could learn it?
I've not got enough time, I'm afraid, but maybe next year.
That's okay. Did you play any games like growing up as a kid?
The only game that I played growing up was Pac-Man.
That's a cool game.
That is a cool game. And
Were you good at it?
Yeah, I'm still very good at it. But I'm not really a gamer. I'm into social networking, but I don't play computer games.
So you do all the Facebook and Twittering.
Old-fashioned.
Oh, wow. So, okay, your hat looks really cool. Are you like in a open battle with Lady Gaga hat-wise?
I'm not competitive, so I don't need to battle with Lady Gaga, but, I think she's cool.
But you're winning, though, hat-wise.
Am I?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
That is pretty awesome. So, okay, about your whole music deal. What is the dream? Would it be cool to have like your own edition of maybe the singing game Lips to Xbox? Would that be awesome?
Somebody else just mentioned that game, but I just want to clarify that I know nothing about any games. So when you say the game Lips, I don't know what you're talking about.
So you're like singing a song? And it's like karaoke, advanced karaoke. Wouldn't that be cool to have like your edition?
It's like a karaoke one.
Yes.
So I'd like people to do my songs on that.
Exactly.
Are my songs on it?
Not yet.
If they're not, we're
should
going to be complaining to Xbox.
Yeah, tell it to Xbox. What's going on?
Xbox, what's going on?
They're watching, I can promise you. They are, though. That's pretty cool. So when are you coming to Denmark for a show?
I hope soon. I'm going to Germany in March.
That's pretty close.
Which is close, so I think that you should all get on a plane and come over.
We will.
Or a train, because trains are quite romantic.
You like trains?
Yeah.
Hey there, I'm Christina Norman, lead gameplay designer for Mass Effect 2. Today we're going to take a look at gameplay footage of the Sentinel, one of 6 classes available in Mass Effect 2. The Sentinel is our most versatile class. No one else has access to both biotic and tech powers. And no one else has tech armor. Tech armor dramatically increases your shield strength, making you much harder to kill. When your shields go down, your tech armor sends out an energy blast that knocks down anyone close to you. This is great for short-range combat. The Sentinel is the only class that can blast through any enemy's defenses. Your biotic warp is very effective versus biotic barriers and heavily armored enemies. And your overload is great against mechs and shielded enemies. When their defenses are down, finish them with a throw. This unique combination of defensive and offensive biotic and tech powers makes the Sentinel a true jack-of-all-trades, able to handle any situation, with or without your squad backing you up. If you want to be incredibly tough and versatile, when you play Mass Effect 2, you'll want to play the Sentinel.
er vi altså ankommet her i Finland. Vi skal se på spillet Ratchet og Clank og et lille crack i tiden, som det jo faktisk hedder. Her i vindueskarmen, der sidder TJ og chiller. So TJ, you're chilling here in the window in Finland. How is it traveling around as a writer that you is and chilling and talking about the game?
It's awesome. Insomniac has sent me to a bunch of countries in Europe for a 2-week tour to talk about Ratchet and Clank, so I get to see your marvelous continent through hotel windows and airplane windows.
That's cool. Have you been to Denmark?
I've never been anywhere. I've been to
Nice.
I've been to Mexico and Alaska. Those are the only two
So you
interesting
travel a
places
lot.
I've been. They keep me chained to my desk at Insomniac a lot. I'm usually slaving away at work. So this is the first time I've been in Europe.
Nice. So okay, you've made a tons of Ratchet and Clank games. When does it end?
We always say never at Insomniac Games. A Crack in Time is certainly the end of a trilogy. So it's we did a huge story arc from Tools Destruction and ending it here at A Crack in Time. So there's no cliffhangers. We're bringing a lot of closure to the trilogy. As for the future of the franchise, only time will tell.
So do you need to have played the last 2 games and able to get the whole deal?
No, absolutely not. We wanted to make everything very accessible. So if you haven't played Tools Destruction or you haven't played Quest for Booty, you're not going to be lost at all, because at the very beginning of the game, when you put the game in, the very first thing that happens is we have like an install movie. So instead of watching progress bars tick away saying 98, 99%, you get to watch a fun-filled recap of the story so far starring Captain Quark.
So what is one of the biggest elements in the game? What did you put a lot of effort into?
We certainly put a lot of effort into scope and into story. In past titles, like with Tools Destruction, we really felt like we had the feel and the look of a Pixar movie. We really wanted to capture the story and the heart of a Pixar movie in this one. So in this story, we actually have it's a little bit deeper. We answer a lot of fan questions. We talk more about the destinies of Ratchet and Clank than we ever have before.
So how did you come up with this idea back at the way beginning of all of this? Hey, let's do animals in space.
Well, actually, that was back in 2002 before I joined Insomniac. Brian Hastings and Ted Price and Al Hastings and a bunch of the other Insomniacs that were there at the time, they came up with the core characters for Ratchet and Clank. They came up with Ratchet and Clank, obviously, and Captain Quark. And from there, it just kind of grew into this huge galaxy. So it's certainly been fun working with old characters and at the same time coming up with new, exciting characters for the universe.
So in the game, do you need to be an adult to play it, or is it a game for everybody? Is it mostly aimed for kids?
It's a game for everybody. I mean, the game is E10+, and it certainly looks and feels like a Saturday morning cartoon that appeals to the little kid in all of us. But we cast a wide net, so whether or not you're playing it with your wife or your girlfriend or your son or your neighbor's kid, you're gonna everyone's gonna find something that they really love about this game. The sense of humor is there, the vibrant colors are there, the characters are looking great and fantastic. Everything about this game looks so good. We're very excited about it.